everybody, I'm Wild, I'm in another video, and the odds are that you found this video because you desperately want a spike, and many people have told you you can get spikes in Lucky Clovers, even black longs. And yes, while that is true, most people who play Lucky Clovers either get bored and give up, or finally finish it and get a bunch of rims and think it's not worth their time to play at all. Back in the day, I used to think the same. I knew spikes were a thing that you could get, but I never saw the point in doing it over 100 times just to get a spike, like a wristband or a short collar. And while sometimes I'd get something that's really good, like a long collar, it wasn't that big a deal to me until I started being able to do it faster. A lot of people have different ways of doing the adventure and tips on how to go faster and all this. But the truth is, if your computer is laggy, going fairly slow will always be an issue. But the more you learn your pattern and where all the clovers are, it's not much of a time difference than some people with a good computer. Also, if you do have a bad computer or a good one, this is a good way to get rid of some lag that I've done in the past and now. Usually I go to an empty world, I turn to a flying animal, and I go join Lucky Clovers, see if anybody's in there. If there's one person in there, or maybe two, I don't really care very much, unless they're talking. In my experience, I've learned that when someone starts talking in an adventure, it starts going a little bit slower. I drop some frames, and I don't know why. I guess it's just like a rendering in the person's little chat bubble, and then it makes it go slower. I don't know. If there's a lot of people talking in your adventure, I wouldn't stay there, but if there's only like one person there and y'all aren't really talking much, it should be fine. Another way I've heard of getting rid of some lag on Animal Jam when you're in the Forgotten Desert or in any kind of adventure, opening the trade screen. I'm not sure how that helps, but it has helped me one time on Forgotten Desert. I was lagging like mad. I opened the trade screen and I wasn't lagging as bad, like it cleared up a little bit, but it was still a little bit laggy, but it was like a major difference. I was like, wow, how did that work? So sometimes this can work as well for getting rid of lag. But if you still have lag problems, it could just be your computer or all your Wi-Fi's being sucked up by somebody else in your house, or your computer's just slow. Honestly, my computer's pretty good, but if I'm really low on space, it gets a little bit laggy as well. So I would check how much storage space your laptop or whatever you're using has left by going to the little search bar and typing in storage. See how much you got left. That can also make your computer go really slow on stuff that it doesn't normally go slow on. And yeah, if you have some lag problems, that's what you do for that. Especially when you're doing Lucky Clovers, you don't really want to lag very much because you want to just get as much rounds in as possible before you have to go do something or before it's bedtime or whatever. So getting rid of some lag definitely will help, but also there's no way to completely get rid of all your lag. You're gonna have lag. It's Animal Jam. But Animal Jam last year in 2018 did make it a little harder when they swapped the placement of some of the clovers. That took a lot more practice for me to learn the new placements. There was even a glitch during that update where the epic chest would disappear, and that upset me. But after I got the hang of the placements and the epic chest stopped vanishing, it was like nothing had changed. Which showed me all that people need to do in this adventure is just do it a ton and figure out their own pattern. So I'm not gonna just show you my pattern in this video and teach you the ways of me. I'm gonna hopefully try to encourage you guys to get your own pattern. First things first, be a flying animal. Most people know this, but I've ran into some people that don't. If you're a kind of flying animal, you can fly over all the small islands where land animals need to like dance and stuff in order to get a clover and some gems. Flying animals can fly right over that and just get all the gems and the clover that's up there. Back in the day, you used to need 4 jammers to dance. Now you only need 2. So even if you are a flying animal and you can fly over it, if you see a non-member struggling, it's not too much of an inconvenience to help them out and dance, even if you have cheated the system. Second, you're gonna need to use your brain. I'm sorry. So, you see the top left where it shows how many clovers you have? You want to keep track of that in each area. So, open up your map to use that to keep track of like where you've been so far. In case you were wondering, this is how many there are in each section. The left side does have 11. But I count this one right here. I'll put a little video clip on the screen. I count this one, which is technically in the middle, as a part of the left side and not the middle. So for me, there are 12. But for everybody else, there will be 11. So it's 11 on the bottom, 11 on the left, 7 in the middle, 10 on the right, and 11 on the top. But for me, it is 11 on the bottom, 12 on the left, 6 in the middle, 10 on the right, and the top is 11. But then obviously when you're playing, you don't just go like that, it'll all add up and you will forget how much. So it's fun to remember how many you have in each area instead of just remembering how many there are in each section. You can remember how many you have at what point. So like in the middle, you'll have 6, and then when you go to the top and you finish the top and the middle, you'll have 17, stuff like that. But technically if you count that one in the middle, you'll have 18, and it'll be all, like everything gets off balance if I get that one in the middle. that I mentioned earlier, instead of getting it when I'm going back to the left side, everything gets thrown off balance in my brain. That's why I don't get that one. I just wanted to break up how many it was in each section of the map, so it's 11, 11, 7, 10, 11. There you go. So, I know that after I do the middle, I should have 6 clovers in total. You would do this in any direction if you're choosing, but after the middle, I choose to go to the top of the map. Each side is a petal of the clover-shaped map. The top petal is where I start. I slowly work my way around and get all the clovers in that section. After I do that, I would have 17 clovers in total. So, after I get all the clovers in the top petal, I go to the right side and finish that side off as well. From here, I make a circle around the middle, from the top to the right, then the bottom. The best thing about being a flying animal is flying over all the clover trees and tricking the map, and taking shortcuts to places that land animals couldn't walk on. After the bottom, I move to the left, and then on my way back from the middle, after using my key, I grab that clover that I mentioned before. Because to me, it's part of the left side. And then I work my way from the left bottom side to the top, and then I'm done. Now, you've seen how I do it. Now you can try out this style for yourself if you'd like to do it my way, or you can keep track of how many that you have by the time you do a certain area of the map. And always keep the map open so you know which side you finished, and you don't get confused. MAYBEEE may switch up the placements again this year like they did last year, so keep in mind, if they ever permanently switch the placements, this technique will still work. You just have to figure out where all the clovers are and memorize how many you have in each section again. Now to some, this is a lot of work for the many times you get junk in this adventure, but to me, I'd say it's worth it for all the times you don't get junk in this adventure. It makes for something fun to do in your free time, and also is a good way to get a lot of spikes for making looks, or trading up for headdresses, and other things that you want and dream of having. All the non-spike things you get in this adventure are pretty trash, but there are some things that make it worth it, even for non-members, like the nerd glasses, the rare worn blankets, the freedom fox hats, the straw hats, but those came back for some time around Thanksgiving and aren't as great to get, but people still like making looks with them, and most people like that they can get the entire Phantom Armor set in this adventure. Members mostly like getting just spikes. Anything else is referred to as junk or rims. So all in all, I would say this adventure is worth your time. I've been doing this adventure for 4 years now, and I have to say, it's definitely been worth my time. I would say I wouldn't be nearly as rare, even though I don't really consider myself as rare, because I really just get the stuff that I want. I don't really see myself as a rare person as much as a person who just loves the game. I like to have all these cool looks and stuff. Some people are like, I don't understand why spikes are so, popular. Like, why does everybody love spikes? Because they look cool on, like, most animals. The thrill you get of seeing that circular shape slowly fade into your screen on Lucky Clovers or in the Forgotten Desert is the most exciting thing in the world to me. And I will say, I wouldn't have all the stuff on MAYBEEE that I do now if I didn't start playing Lucky Clovers. So if you're new to MAYBEEE or you've been playing for a while as a member and you never really got into Lucky Clovers, do it. You have a dream item that you feel like you'll never get because it's worth like 6 black longs, do Lucky Clovers. Because even if you don't get a black long, you can still get like 2 red longs and a purple long and like a blue long and a bunch of other longs, and you can trade up for black longs. So sit down, take a minute to just learn the map, learn the placement of all the clovers, and then figure out the way that you want to go about doing it. That's all I do. I'm not, like, you can do my way, you can try doing my way. I even probably show you where they all are in this video. You can also just come up with your own way to do it. You can start at the middle and work your way from the bottom and go in a circle from like bottom to left to top to right. Like, that's the way you could do it if you wanted to. This is really just a permanent solution to fixing the fact that people always, when they get to the end, have 1 clover missing, and they gotta fly around the whole map to figure out which one it was. This is my solution to fixing that issue. I bet I can remember how many I have in each area, because I've done it so many times in my life. In the middle, I'll have 6, then I'll go to the top, Then I'll have 17 by the time I finish that. By the time I finish the right side, I'll have 27. By the time I finish the bottom, I'll have 38. And then by the left side, I have 50. See? I memorize things! You can memorize how many you have in what area, and be like, okay, I missed one over here, I don't have 38, I have 37, I'm missing one. That's how I remember. Like, if say I'm like in the middle, and I'm going to the top, and I only have 5. Then I know I can go back to the middle and look around where I just was, and I'll know that I missed one in the middle before I go to the top and get the rest of them. I need to find the 6th one. But there have been times where I've not been paying attention to how many I have in what area, and by the time I get to the end, I'm like, crap, where's the last one? But that's usually because I'm watching videos and I'm not paying attention. Or there's other people with me, I'm talking to them, and I'm not looking where I'm going. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. That's the best I can explain this. If you have questions, let me know in the comments, and I would try to help you. Feel free to add me on there. I've got a lot of buddy spaces. No one ever adds me on there. You can jag me, and I'll add you. And I hope you guys got some information from this video. If you're new to Animal Jam, and you wanted to, I don't know, figure out why people do Clover so much, why it's so popular. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did leave a like, lets me know that you guys enjoy these kind of videos and you like when I try to help you guys to the best of my ability, even though I'm probably bad at this kind of thing, and I'm bad at helping you guys do stuff. Let me know. I might do some more how-to kind of things, when it comes to, like, video games or, like, I don't know, just, you know, making thumbnails or something like that. Like, if you want to know how I make my Animal Jam thumbnails, or you want to know how I get mods on Minecraft, or how I do, like, just let me know what you guys want me to help you with that you see on my channel that you wonder how I do that. Ask me and I'll help. Like, if someone asked me, how do you do this? I'll instantly make a video about it. I think I did that last year. I think someone asked me, how do I do a Google Hangouts live stream? And I was like, I'll remake the video. And then I just literally remade it. I haven't made one on how to do a OBS live stream because I'm not that good with OBS. And everybody's computers and stuff is different, so I wouldn't be able to help with all their technical issues and their problems. And I don't want to get spammed with comments like, how do I do this? How do I do? And not have the answers for them. Also, if you have any questions, I have a Discord server. It is linked in the description below. And I have a little help section there for my how-to videos. And, yeah, I can help you guys there, if you want to talk to me one-on-one. That's just for my how-to videos, mostly. If you have any questions about Lucky Clovers, you really could just leave those in the comments, because it's a very easy thing to do. It's not, like, this complicated, like, how-to video on, like, how to make a thumbnail and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information from it. Goodbye, everybody. I'm Wild. Woo, 6 Joe. And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.